Menteri rong ba kejala Conrad ke sangma menta ka sngiu la ong ba wat la ka don ka jing slam ban khot Thungkam na shibun ki daw re kam don jing thut kat kum ka pha Thungkam hapreng Khasi Jaintia badgaru kabalamang prapo percent ha district abu juba pi kamat kabala wanra du emily kamakurat uba renekton el tongkhar hapok hing dorba u Conrad u la ong ba hadin ba ka sarkar kala sngotu ya ki jirwit ka sarkar kala penne ya ka office memorandum jong snem chejar knai spa anyopo ar Klem kono kejing pen kela tang sidak ruk. Ulong haba kam don kejing klumar menchwa balai ban pen klumar menta. Hari shim la jubab syai halo kejing pan jing syai uba denekton ba rooster system kala wanra ya kejing klumar ya ki office ha ki district ban penyat ya ki eksemen Thungkam. Ulong ba khnang ban light ya kejing pen slam ban thung ya ki kam ha ki district selection committee ka sarkar kala aibori ki deputy commissioner claimed up ya ka personal department.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to at the very outset, I would like to thank the mover of the short duration discussion, our Honorable MLA of Makurwat, for bringing this short duration discussion. I also would like to thank other members who have joined, the Honorable MLA from Nongpo, the Honorable MLA from Nongstoin, Honorable MLA from Mausanram, Honorable MLA from Nongkrem, and Honorable MLA from Amlarem for having participated in this very important short duration discussion and for having given the different suggestions. Sir, I'll try to be very brief in my reply. So a number of issues have come up and I'll try to address them one by one. So the first issue is regarding the recruitment overall in the district selection. And sir, as was mentioned by some of the members themselves, that there is definitely a procedural aspect which is there, which is affecting the time taken for recruitment processes. And therefore, time and again, we have tried to change that. For example, so there is time taken during the publishing of the advertisements, the receipts from the applications, the scrutiny of the applications. We did have a lot of delay during the COVID time also. Recruitment process was affected. And we also had certain issues with court cases, which also affected the recruitment process. So therefore, there were multiple reasons. And at every front, we are working towards streamlining the process and making things more simpler so that the process of recruitment can be taken up faster, sir. As one suggestion was given by Honorable Member for Mausanram, that you should have more recruitment boards. And that's precisely what we have done, sir. During the last many years, we have come out with a medical recruitment board. For education, we have come out with recruitment board. Police already has its own, then MPSC and others. And that has allowed us to really streamline a lot of the recruitments which were lying unattended to for a long time. But just to reply to that point, so the recruitment boards also need to be busy and functional. And hence, if the numbers are small, the logic of having a recruitment board for a particular department does not make sense. And hence, we have to see the cost-benefit analysis and see which department should have recruitment boards and which should not. And hence, we have gone ahead with the larger ones, and that has really helped us. And we try to improve the overall selection and the examination processes so that things can become smoother. So we'll have to work on it from two angles. So apart from that, we have been giving continuous trainings at different levels to different recruitment agencies so that things move faster. We have introduced the optical mark recognition system, which again is a technology which is helping us to make the examination and the entire results much faster. So it's a technology-driven approach. Scrutiny of the documents is also time-consuming, sir, and hence we have started the process that the scrutiny of the documents should be done after the candidates have cleared, and this adoption is taking place as was suggested by Nongpo MLA, if I recall. So that is definitely a process which will help us to reduce the entire time taken for conducting these different exams. I mean, just to give an example, sir, for example, in police, we have 1 lakh people who apply. And if you have to scrutinize all the documents before they're allowed to sit for the exam, it takes a lot of time. And hence, let the exam be held. Those who pass, their documents then will be scrutinized. It's a very simple example, but it makes a lot of sense. So the third also is that we have also written to the district committees now, and just for the knowledge of all the members, so we have given the necessary instructions that from now on, so the reservation roster for the district level post shall be approved by district level and by the district level chairman. And hence the papers will not have to come to personnel department. This decision has already been taken. And because of this decision now, I'm very sure that the recruitment process will be much faster. So the deputy commissioners are at liberty now, obviously following procedures, to go ahead with the recruitment process without taking the necessary approvals from the personnel department. And I'll just read out that particular para for everybody's knowledge. The DSCs have been instructed that for recruitments that are done by the district selection committee for posts at the district level, the appointing authority shall forward the reservation roster along with the list of vacancies category-wise to the deputy commissioner and chairman of the district selection committee, who shall compile the vacancy post-wise and advertise the post category-wise as per the reservation roster. For the purpose of this para, the appointing authority for the district level post will also include appointments made by directorates. Only in case of any doubt and clarification, the deputy commissioner may refer the matter to personnel department. Hence, sir, the decision has been taken, and hence I'm very sure that there should not be any issue in terms of the recruitment at the district selection level. Sir, coming to another very important point, which was mentioned by the mover of the motion, and he had mentioned about the OM that we had come out with, where the different aspects of the reservation were mentioned at the district level. Sir, I just want to bring to the notice of the House that realizing the complexity and the sensitivity of the reservation policy, and even one comma and even one word can really change the meaning of whatever we were trying to express. We stuck with the original language of the original OM of 18th December 1972. So whatever the honorable member actually read out, if he did not notice it maybe, but whatever he read out was actually the exact word which was there in the 1972 OM. We did not change a single word. And if he wishes, I can repeat it. I can show the copy also. And in that also, after all the points that were mentioned, that saying that there will be a combined reservation of 80% for the post of favor of Garos, Khasi Jaintia, instead of a separate reservation of 40% each for Garo and Khasi respectively, apart from 5% reservation in favor of other scheduled tribes and scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. While selecting candidates to such posts, preference should be given to local candidates residing permanently in the district in which the vacancies occur. Full stop. In other words, in Garo Hills, the whole combined reservation of 80% will be available to Garos in the absence of any interested candidate belonging to the Khasi Jaintia tribe, and in Jowai or in Shillong, the combined 80% reservation will be available to the Khasi Jaintia in the absence of any interested candidate belonging to the Garo community, unquote. This is 1972 OM. We did not change a single word from it. So if the honorable member, as he's mentioning, that the reservation at the district was, and the recruitment was going on smoothly before, but is confusing now, I see no reason why this OM should read the confusion, because there is no change in the OM. There is no change. It is exactly the same words. Not a comma, not a full stop has been removed in the interest of ensuring that we don't tinker with anything that could lead to sensitivity and confusion, sir. So therefore, the question of confusion doesn't arise. And without, sir, trying to go too much into the details, I'd like to mention here that there must have been a purpose why this particular line was added in 1972. We didn't add it, sir. It was in 1972 added, we just copied exactly the same. There must be a reason why it was done. And I have explained this reason 100 times to our honorable member and others outside the house also, because it's very sensitive in nature and it could have multiple ramifications for us as different communities. And hence we mentioned that this line must have been mentioned that time for a particular reason. And there could be legal, ramifications. I don't want to go details into all of that, sir. But as I said, to avoid any confusion, we did not change the language. This is exactly the same language which was used in 1972. And if there was no confusion earlier, I don't see any reason why there should be confusion now. So, sir, I just wanted to give that clarification. I also want to add to the point that our honorable MLA from Nongpo had mentioned. Sir, he'll be happy to know, and all of you will also be happy to know, that this entire issue of district selection, we have been really thinking on how to make it more and more, I should say, more and more strict and processes where we can really ensure that the locals are able to get the jobs, and that certain aspects of the certain districts are taken into consideration. So you'll be happy to know that on the 24th of July, 2023, the personnel department had come out with an OM, and it says, quote, "It is mandatory for a candidate applying for all categories of posts which fall under the purview of District Selection Committee to clear a qualifying paper on knowledge of local language of a particular district." So this means that if a person is applying for a particular post in a particular district, that local language of the district, a qualifying paper will have to be cleared. And this will ensure that more and more focus is given on to the local community and the local people who reside in that particular district. So like that, sir, we are working on ways which will allow us to meet our objectives, keep the legal framework in mind, and overall, constitutional aspects in mind, while trying to move forward with achieving the most efficient process in which we can achieve the different recruitment aspects. So therefore, sir, these are the things that are being done. And as I said, sir, I have clarified regarding that particular issue that was being mentioned by the honorable member regarding the OM. The honorable member from Nongkrem had mentioned about political appointments. Sir, this is not that we look at political people only. These are individuals who are there, who are from different walks of life, who happen to be in different positions earlier. And therefore, it's a normal process that is followed. Whatever guidelines are there that are mentioned in the selection process that are there, we follow those guidelines. And people who have certain background are given preference. And that's how the process has been, sir, throughout. But yes, if the honorable member, as I said, has suggested that we look into the reviewing of the different procedures, processes, so we can examine the matter and see how we can improve the overall functioning of the district committees.
But sir, I want again to impress that the last 50 years we have conveniently followed this without the application of roster. That's why there is no problem for the last 50 years. There's no problem because roster has not been maintained for the last 50 years. So the root cause of all the problem in the recruitment now is the roster. We understand this. This is the roster because now we have been asked to follow and to maintain the roster. So that's why it is a problem. Sir, my simple request from the Honorable Chief Minister and from our own government, if possible, if we bring legislation or if we amend the policy, if we could see that there is problem, because as of now, we have to follow, we have to maintain the roster. So until and unless we are clear that roster at the district level is 80% for Khasi Jaintia and Karo, sir, there will be no solution. I'm telling you, it will hit, everybody will be in problem when all DSC exam will be conducted. We will face problems, sir, because you know that, as I rightly said, that the population is so imbalanced in all districts. So it is not possible, sir, to maintain a 40-40, because until and unless we change that, then the officer at the district, they are bound, they are compelled to maintain the roster on 40-40 according to this OM, sir. So this is my concern, sir, if you can clarify. Thank you.
Sir, the member is changing the entire context. Sir, it's very clear the OM 1972 and the OM that came out now is the same, sir. There is no difference, as I said. It clearly says, I'm reading it from 1972 OM, but this is exactly what is there in the OM now. It says that there will be a combined reservation of 80%. It's very clear, sir. There's no confusion at all. There's a combined, and he himself had mentioned earlier that till that full stop, which the vacancies occur, full stop, it is okay. He himself had mentioned it. So therefore, the question of this confusion arising does not, this confusion coming up does not arise because it is clearly mentioned in the OM. His concern was that after that full stop, in other words, in Garo Hills, if this happens, and in Khasi Hills this happens, that part is there. He said that this should be removed. And the reason he said that is that the applications will be there. So what I was trying to explain to him was that this was there from day one. From 1972 itself, this language has been there. We didn't change it. So hence, if this language and this line did not have any impact in the recruitment processes earlier, there is no reason why it should have any problem now, because it's the same OM that's been followed. And in the roster, even if it comes out in the roster, the district selection OM specifically mentions that it will be a combined reservation. So I don't see any issue, but I'm trying to explain, sir. But also I do want to share that this is also very complicated from many other aspects, and I don't want to raise those issues right now in the House because this could have other implications. But I have mentioned this to our honorable members time and again, that there's a reason why this particular line at the bottom was put, and therefore even we continued with that language because it is required in to justify certain aspects, and that was the reason why it was put in 1972 also, and that's the reason why we continue. So therefore, sir, the honorable member should not confuse between that particular last line and this entire issue of a combined. The district selection OM clearly says that it will be combined, and I don't see any issue in that, sir.